name is Emmy. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. I'm really excited to be here with you today for this Fragment challenge. It is a challenge because this is from Zentangle headquarters, and they founded the idea of the legends of fragments and the idea of always having something to draw. If you got to a stalemate or a place where you thought, what am I going to draw next? You can draw on this idea. L stands for legends, and the numbers stand for the number of patterns that you might choose to do. So this is from my Legends of Zentangle books. There's 5 of them now, and the one of reticula and fragments, and there's a string one, and so they're all quite a bit different. So we're relying on the string to help us create, and then you see the number in here. You can create this, but then I also have designed these with Zentangle's help. So the Zentangle people have posted videos that go with all of the legends, and so that you can use their ideas, or you can change them up. That would be the hope, is that we would change them up. So if I needed, and typically when you do this, you have a dice that has the numbers of 28 numbers on it, and that also helps you decide which pattern you're going to put with which pattern in the reticula of your choice. And how to create your string is another legend. And so you have so many ideas here. Anyway, you'll have to get on the Zentangle website. I will try to post a link to it. And there is also one on the 7 Forests and 5 Rivers site. So this is straight from the collection. And here's where we're going. And I think it's just as cute as it can be. But we can change it up as much as we want, and I did that by adding just a drop of color to it. So let's get started. Grab your pen, whatever pen you're choosing to use today, and make yourself some sort of a circle. This is about 1.5 inches diameter. Any size is fine. We're just practicing. I did also grab a bit of purple because I like what I did there, and I think I'll use it again, and my other usual supplies. Ready? Okay, so I'm going to start by making a backwards C. And then I'm going to go the other direction with a backwards C, coming in, kind of making the middle narrower, and back wide again. You notice I turned my work, and I'm going to go the other direction. It means I'm going to have to lift my pen when I get across here. So backwards C is the idea, just to air draw. Backwards C, and out, and let's do the other direction. I love this. Now what they have suggested is that we want to, and I think I'd rather do this way. We're going to aura this. So I'm going to come along like this with an aura. And you might want to turn your work so that it's in front of you a little more. And let's aura this side as well. If you want to put an aura on this side, we'll have to lift our pen or go in here. So what I'm going to do is just lift my pen because I love the way that looks, and come out the other side. And the other way. Now, what is suggested is that we will put a kind of a triangle shape that's a soft triangle, and it replicates the one that's already there. It can be quite a bit smaller or whatever. And then we're going to make a line that connects this triangle to the inside. Let's do this again. So we're going to aura here, and then a line to connect. Perfect. and a line to connect. Do this again. For me, air drawing really does help so that my pen, when I put it on my paper, it goes where I want it to. And a line to connect. And the last one. Air draw. If you don't need that, if you're more sure, then don't worry about it, okay? There. That's kind of cool, isn't it? That would be cool on your tile somewhere. So the next thing I want to do is, they suggested, whoever designed this, right about from where I've got my dot here, just to between these two, we're going to come out and come around. We're going to make a long teardrop that goes over the outside edge. And then I'm going to darken this teardrop. All the patterns that we are making, we are doing so that we can have a pattern to follow, aren't we? So that makes good sense that you have got this one to rely on. And turn. I guess I'm not going to do purple. I thought I was going to do purple. Okay, make that giant lazy teardrop again. Darken. Take your time. Take a breath. Remember, we're enjoying the journey. It is not about the destination with Zentangle. It is the journey, the beauty of putting patterns together in reticula and fragments. Okay. I'm going to start right about there, like so it'll mirror what I did on the other side. Come down, off the outside and back in. Perfect. Darken. Feather light with your pen. No need to push hard. Your ink will flow no matter what kind of pen you're using. Your ink will just flow right out onto your paper, and you'll love the way it looks. And the last one. This would be very, very pretty somewhere. Loosen your shoulders, especially if you're holding tension there. I'm speaking for myself as much as anybody else because I am. So I got them up around my ears, and that's not healthy for me. I love the way this looks. Let's get some shading on here. So let's grab the purple for that. So I'm going to add a little purple in here. And I'm adding it mostly, do you notice I'm adding it to the outside edges. I'm going to use my blender stump to help it push out. So I'm just taking, this is just chalk, but you could use any color, or you don't have to use color at all. I just, once in a while, it's been a very gray January day, and I feel a strong need to get just a pop of color here. And Zentangle uses a pop of color now and then too. In fact, that's where I got this pen, from Zentangle, or pencil. They sent it in a box, a kit that I did. Okay, I really want to have some shading here. I'm gonna go around here with my chalk and just on the inside, because this is kind of like a Zen button, if you've ever done Zen buttons. I've done a couple I've got a couple of videos out there that I've done on how to make Zen buttons, and they are just fun. The shading is what it's all about. And let's see about here. I want to do something there, but I'm not sure yet. Let's do this first. Give it a think. Okay, you see how that's going to get lighter toward the edge? And that's what I'm going for. It's just lighter toward the edge. So I'm just circular motion, smoothing it out. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. So it's darker in the middle and then lighter. It's fun, it's fun. Okay, do the same thing here, except that I don't really want to spread this in. I'm just going to stay along the edge with this bit of purple. I want to see how this all looks. See if it's coming together like I planned. It's cool, isn't it? Wow, I love it. I love it. I could do a little shading in there, but I'm really not sure about that, so I'm not going to. Okay, here's one that I finished, and I really like the way that looks with a combination of pencil and purple. But I've got a ton of purple on here, and I'm going to get some of it off because sometimes it's just too much and I want to keep using this blender stump a bit longer. Okay, let's grab our page, and I'm going to work right in this one here. I'm going to turn my work upside down so that I can see it easier. I have 2 left, and that's great because I need 2. I need this one today and 1 more. And I can, of course, either one and work where you like. And let's put a little border in here all the way around. I don't know, sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't, but I think that it might help us with that teardrop that wants to go over the edge. It'll make it a little more dramatic. Does that make sense? There, that does not have to be perfect. Nobody's going to point to one little spot and say, "Woo, what'd you do?" Okay, remember the first thing we're going to do is come around like that with a largish, longish line that kind of focuses as an inward. Go the other direction. This is a very fun pattern. Okay, going the other direction. Lift your pen when you get to the middle. Back out the other side, going the other direction. I love it. Okay, let's get those aura lines on. Lift your pen, go underneath. I feel like I'm close enough that I hope you can see it. I'm just going to go right under here and do this side too. Oh, fun. Okay, so here I'm going to aura, but not too big. Aura and a line to connect it. Your work is in front of you. If you want to change this up, I'm just your guide, okay? You can do so many different things with this fun thing. And one more. So now let's do those 4 lines that we have. I actually, I have room for an aura line in here, and I like that idea. So if you want to work with me a minute, you don't necessarily have to do it, but I think I want a little aura line here. This seems nice and wide to me, and I just think that would be a real nice touch. I have lots and lots of room. And aura lines, Lady Aura comes out whenever we can't think of what to do, right? Okay, so the next thing I want to do is go off the middle here with a dot there, and then I'm going to make that long teardrop. Take it right off the edge and back in. Darken. I already talked about this, but I'm reminding myself, feather light with my pen. That way I can go right over my ink line and it's never going to show. That's cool. Ooh, I hope you like yours. Okay, right around and back in. Turned out nice. Darken. My goodness, I cannot believe that we are on day 26 already. How fun is this? Right to there and out, back down. Teardrop and in again. I hope you're keeping warm. It has been a very, very cold month of January, so this has been very fun to draw together like this. And I appreciate hearing from each of you. Coming down and around. Seems like a long one to me. Well, anyway. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your joining me on Facebook. I'm looking forward to you showing me pictures of what you're up to. Thank you so much for all of that, for your support. Didn't that turn out nice? I love it. I love it. So thank you again for being here, and I will see you tomorrow for the 27th. Bye.